Okay, all right, you guys, welcome back. Welcome again. I love to always say thank you so much, truly, truly for being here. This has been so fun to share my self discoveries with you guys as we all work through this together and become our own best leader, right? Our own best leader. All right, so today let's talk about accepting yourself as you are. And there can be a lot of different levels to this, a lot of different layers. Self-love, right? Goes back to self-love. And I think even before that is acceptance, self-acceptance, and accepting where you are always, right? This is always relatable to life. It can be relatable to the small, as any of this work is, as all of this work is. It can be related to the small thing. It can be related to the big thing and the things in your life. As you are in one thing, you are in all things. You are in everything. So the way you show up in one small thing, what you're working through in a small thing, shows up in a big way, shows up in the whole way, right? So self acceptance, accepting yourself where you are. And as with anywhere in life, you have to accept where you are in order to move forward from that. Right? I always like to use the example of a weight loss journey or getting physically fit. A weight loss journey, for example. People avoid, and I used to do this, avoiding, either be obsessed with the scale or avoiding the scale. Avoiding where you are, how are you going to get to where you want to be if you're not accepting, if you're avoiding of even realizing or seeing where you are now? And it's the same thing with personal development work. How do you get to where you want to be if you can't accept where you are, if you can't see where you are? And that comes back to fully being truthful with yourself, fully being honest with yourself. We have to do that first. We have to accept ourselves first. We have to be honest with where we truly are right now in order to be able to move forward. So using weight loss as an example, if you can't weigh yourself or get onto the scale or realize where you are, how are you going to even measure your goals or know where you want to be? Right? So being able to accept yourself currently where you are in one thing in your life, where you are in all things of your life, where you are in the journey of your life. Accepting where you are right now, full self-acceptance, that helps you get to where you want to be. That helps you even take the next step. That helps you even figure out where you want to be. And then how to get there. Then take the next step. But if you don't realize, if you don't accept where you currently are, you can't move forward. You're stuck, right? You're stuck in your feet where you are right now. You're stuck in the ground where you are right now. And that comes also to having that self-love, right? If you can't accept yourself where you are, who you are, how you're showing up, where you are in your life, how do you bring in self-love then, right? Because that's not something that we just have, like we automatically have self-love. That's something that's always working and reworking on, right? Because things change, things in our life change, our bodies change, we change environments, people, relationships, everything's always constantly changing, evolving, and we have to change and evolve and grow and regrow and re-heal with this journey of life. So self-love, self-acceptance is part of that journey. That needs to be reworked as well. That needs to be worked on as well. We don't, again, like it becomes easier, but it's still a practice. We still have to go back and check in. We still have to rework it, right? It's not like we get to self-love all of a sudden and then we just have it. Like anything else, we're reworking, re-healing, regrowing as things change, as we evolve. So the self-love comes from the self-acceptance, accepting ourselves as we are. And again, there's tons of layers to that. That can be our bodies. A lot of what we feel comes from physically how we feel and what we see in the mirror, where we want to be, how we're comparing ourselves to others, right? You could go your whole life feeling inadequate or wanting to be something that you're not, that you're never going to be, right? You can only change and evolve so many things about your physical body, about your appearance, about the body that you were given, the body that you're in right now. How do you get to that point of feeling fully accepting of it? Okay, this is where I am. This is who I am. This is what I've been given, and fully accepting that in the physical form. Fully accepting who you are. And growing as yourself, growing and evolving and up-leveling as your authentic self, not necessarily trying to change yourself and be something or someone that you're not, right? If you are a passionate, fiery, fierce person, trying to downplay that, trying to shrink in, dimming your light to not make other people uncomfortable because you're a people pleaser. So shrinking any part of your personality or part of your authentic self is hurting you and the people around you, right? And it's a challenge. It's so hard, constantly trying to change yourself because you don't want to be a fiery, fierce person. You don't want to come off as too strong or too bright or too whatever. Constantly trying to change yourself because you see someone else and you want to be like them, or you feel like you should be quiet and nice and just get along with everybody because you want people to like you. And that is extremely hard. Living your life as someone else is extremely hard. Trying to be someone else. Again, right, you guys see the difference between trying to be someone else and just being yourself and up-leveling where you are as who you are, right? Totally different, totally different. You're accepting yourself as you are. This is the person that I am. Yeah, I can up-level myself. I can better myself. I can heal. I can become more of my authentic self in the way that I want to be. No, I cannot be someone else. I can try to be like somebody else, but that's not going to work. It only lasts so long and it's exhausting, literally exhausting. It will drain your energy. It will drain your light. And guess what? The best part is each and every one of you are different in your own unique. You are yourself and you get to be yourself. You get to be who you are, your authentic self. And that is when you align with it, when you get rid of all this other BS, when you unlearn all this other stuff, when you stop trying to be like someone else and fully accept yourself, then it becomes easy. Then it becomes fun. Then it becomes free. It's freeing. So freeing to not have to pretend, to not have to downplay, to not dim your light, right? Or whatever it is for other people. Passionate, straightforward, fiery. Like when I started accepting this about myself instead of trying to be nice and quiet and liked. Yes, it's a process. Yes, it's an ongoing process that's still going. Yes, there's a lot of kickback that I get and am getting from other people, right? In the process of healing, you start to show up as someone that other people don't recognize you are because you've been pretending. It's confusing to them. It's confusing to them because they want you to be a certain way because they're used to you being that way. So when you're on this journey, when you start to accept yourself, when you start to fully show up as yourself, stop dimming your light, is when that freedom happens. And you're going to see it in other people. You're going to get kickback from other people. Other people are going to treat you differently. Why did she change? I don't like her anymore. It's going to be hard because you're not used to it. You're not in your comfort zone of, oh, everyone likes me. I get along with everybody. I'm quiet. I'm this, or whatever it is, whatever your thing is that you're in the process of accepting, right? Maybe you are a loud person and you always have been your whole life, but you were told, again, coming back to child healing, to be quiet, to be nice, to you're too much, you're too loud, like you have to be quiet, especially in school or I don't know, churches, events, by our parents, in our own house, right? Be quiet, you guys, be quiet, you guys, right? A lot of kids are told that they're loud because they're having fun and they're in the present moment, right? So all these little things that we're told growing up that we made mean something because we weren't fully accepting of who we were and who we are, right? So we all have those things. We all have multiple things, I think, that we could look at as a negative, right? We could look at as, I don't want to be like that. I want to change that because I want to be like someone else. Or we could look at that as a positive. And how can we use it? How can we use passion, fire, fierceness to inspire other people, right? How can we use that to loudness or whatever it is? And that's completely an example. Because it's an easy one to land and to get to, but the to loudness, right? How can we use that? How can we use our voice then to help other people, to inspire other people, to, for a positive outcome, right? If you're a caring person, you worry too much, something like that, something I've always tried to change about myself. And when you're accepting of it, how can you switch that around to like, all right, how do I use this then? Using this as empathy and sympathy and caring for other people or something like that, right? That's not the best example, but you guys get to, and it's finding your own thing. It's not hearing me say this or that may or may not land, but it's getting to your own thing of something or things that you were always trying to change, something or things that you were always trying to change about yourself because you were told it was wrong from the time you were little, or by society, or because you saw someone else and you wanted to be like them instead because they looked happy, or they had something that you wanted, or you just maybe thought that was the way to be, or you wanted to be like them, as opposed to fully being yourself, fully accepting yourself as you are, right? The darker sides, the sides that may not seem positive or you really wanted to change, how do you accept them? And then use them as a positive thing, right? For good reason, for your embetterment. That's not a word or the right word. Right, so you guys get what I'm saying, I think, hopefully. So coming to the self-love, right, we always want to get back to that, to be that, to have that practice, that self-love practice of how do I truly start with that is self-acceptance, accepting yourself as you are and as you are not right now. And then up-leveling from there, not changing it, not changing yourself, accepting yourself and growing and expanding from there, from your authentic self, because everyone here needs you. Everyone needs you to show up as you are in order for them to show up as they are, right? You're not helping anybody else by people pleasing. You're not helping anybody else by dimming your light. You're not helping the world by dimming your light and trying to show up as someone that you are not. You are here for a reason to be your authentic self, and starting from that full self acceptance. All right, you guys, hopefully you enjoyed. Thanks for listening. See you soon.